Today I'm joining our scientific research director, Tim Stillinger, and we're going to be talking about the Overdredge Pit that's full. And you might remember a couple of years ago, the sand was being pumped from that location onto Fletcher Cove and Cardiff State Beach. Tim, can you tell us a little more about that cycle and how it's fulfilled its purpose?
We made the channels wider and deeper in the lagoon as part of the restoration project. So now about 3 times as much water comes in and out every day. And in order to do that, we had to dredge the channels, and we had to do something with all the material that we excavated out of the channels. And so what you see here behind me is called the Overdredge Pit. And this was our creative solution to be able to make the channels wider and deeper and not have to truck any material off site. So in the lagoon, the top 4 or 5 feet of material when you dig down is really muddy, and really the best spot for it is in the lagoon. And when we went and dredged out all the channels, we really were never going down much deeper than that. So we had to find a spot in the lagoon to put all that material that we dredged out of the channels. So the really cool thing about San Alejo Lagoon is about 10 years ago we went out and we dug holes in the lagoon about 100 feet down in a bunch of different spots. And right out here, once you get about 5 feet down, for the next 100 feet, it's just sand, the same sand that you'd see on the beach. And that's because before all the roads were here, before Coast Highway, before the train tracks, the inlet for San Alejo used to open up in a bunch of different spots between Solana Beach and Cardiff. And over all those thousands of years, the sand slowly piled up underneath the lagoon. And so what we ended up doing is right out here in the Overdredge Pit, it's about 15 acres, and we pushed that top 5 feet of muddy material off to the side. And then what was left was this exposed, beautiful sand. And we used a dredge to dredge all that sand out through the inlet and onto the beach. And so we dredged down about 40 feet. We put a bunch of sand on the beach at Cardiff and a bunch of sand on the beach in Solana Beach. And that was actually really awesome because by putting the sand on the beach, we were able to provide a really good foundation for our Cardiff Living Shoreline project, which provides habitat for the endangered snowy plovers. And in addition to that, we actually increased the size of the beach at George's in Cardiff substantially. And that part of the project, Nourishing the Beach, won an award for one of the best restored beaches in America last year. So the Overdredge Pit was really crucial to the project in that we needed this space to put all the mud when we dredged the channels. And we were really fortunate to be able to take the sand that was in the pit and put it on the beach and kind of have a positive benefit where we didn't generate any waste. We basically got the sand out of the lagoon, put it on the beach, created a wonderful beach, and then we refilled it up with the mud from all the channels. And now what we're doing is the goal is to get this Overdredge Pit to end up at that magic elevation of between 4 and 5 feet where the cordgrass grows. So over the next 10 years, you're gonna see this area of the lagoon slowly transform back into native cordgrass habitat for the endangered ridgeway rails. And big part of our monitoring project is watching this Overdredge Pit and making sure that it turns back into the lagoon how we expect it to.
Wow, that's great. And it's not just the snowy plover that's getting provided new habitat from this project, but isn't it true that the least tern is getting new habitat as well?
Yes, next time we'll head over there and see how it's moving along.
That sounds exciting. Thank you so much, Tim, for taking the time to share this update. From all of us at Nature Collective, thank you for joining us. And until next time, be well and stay safe.